Welcome to the Power Editor training video. And in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you look over the shoulder of Ralph while he's doing a one-on-one consult with a client who bought a 1 hour consult, and he basically goes through the entire demo of how to use the Power Editor. And the Power Editor has recently changed; it's made a lot of changes recently, and so this is a great video to be able for you to be able to just walk through it, but also see it in action. It's a lot easier sometimes to be able to not only see a demo, but actually see somebody using it in real life with a real campaign. So he thought this would be a perfect video, and it is. So there's a lot of reasons why you want to be using the Power Editor. A couple of the most important reasons are, one, if let's say you're running a traditional like link post ad, an ad that's an image that's clickable. If you use the ads manager, you're limited to 90 characters in the post area copy. And so that's like the biggest reason. So if you're in the Power Editor, you can use as much copy as you want, and you get to preview the ad and see what it looks like on the right side and those types of things. There's also some more advanced targeting capabilities, a lot of different things when it comes to bidding. There's a lot of reasons why. The other thing is when it comes to duplicating ad sets, duplicating ads, and bulk uploading, it's way better off using the Power Editor. So you've got to get used to using the Power Editor. There's just no way around it. Sometimes creating your first ad in the ads manager is easier, and then once you do, you can go into the Power Editor and you can kind of duplicate that, and you kind of have a template to work with. But you're going to use the ads manager for all of your reporting, your analyzing, and those types of things, okay? But the Power Editor for creating multiple campaigns, duplicating, doing more advanced strategies, okay? So enjoy this video, and I will talk to you soon.
So let's go over to the Power Editor, just in the interest of time, because this is something that you definitely wanted to do. Have you ever created an ad inside the Power Editor?
I've not, no.
No? Okay.
Not to my knowledge.
One of the cool things is that you can actually take, let's click on that one that you've got your mouse right over right there. Let's just click on that one. Okay. Now, when you click on, yeah, there we go. All right. So that's one campaign, one ad set, one ad, because that's what happens when you boost a post. It basically creates a new campaign, a new ad set, and a new ad. Campaign is where you set your objective. And then an ad set is where you set your targeting. And then an ad is where you split test your ad copy, creative, that kind of thing. So on this post right here, let's just click on that one. Just click on ad set name.
As in like
yeah, right there. Yep, on that link. Okay, now that'll open up. Should have, yeah, because you're in this blue thing here. It's a little bit different than the way it looks on mine. But anyway, right to the right of, like, if you hover over that post, the Power Edit post, that little drop down arrow, you should be able to hit edit. Yeah. So here is your ad inside the Power Editor.
Okay.
When it actually loads, is this a video ad or is this an image ad or?
I think it's actually just a link to a blog post.
Okay. Yeah, it's just taking a while to load. What we can do here is what the cool thing about the Power Editor is that you can actually create an ad inside the Power Editor. You don't have to always like put an ad on your page. You can create an ad. If you click on that where it says create ad, just where it says where use existing post or create ad. Now just down underneath where it says the Power Edit, like inside, yeah, right there. This is what we use the Power Editor for mostly. Now this is you can now create an ad right here. You can edit, you can create a brand new ad. We're editing an ad, but see that text area that's there? You can write anything you want in there, and then that will become an ad. And then you can select an image based upon the 1200 by 628. Click select image. So you've got all your images for all your posts that you've ever boosted, some of which have that little danger sign, which basically means they think that it has too much text on it, but 9 times out of 10 usually doesn't. And then like click that I don't know, the green field one that's just to the right, because that looks like it's just about the right size, and confirm. So that would be the image in the ad. And then you can, I'm not quite sure why it's not populating on the right hand side, but inside the text, you can then put in your text for a specific ad.
Yeah. And then this, you don't actually have to, do you have a character cap?
No.
Good. Okay, because that was one of the things I'm like, why? Like, I see lengthier posts on promote, like, I see longer copy on promoted posts all day long. I'm like, but the ad, I guess I was looking at the ad manager and it would only let me do like 128 characters or something like it was on Twitter.
Yeah, the ads. That's why the ads manager sucks for creating ads. We don't even bother. The only place I use the ads manager to create ads is like ads, because it really doesn't matter whether you do it in the Power Editor or whether you do it in the ads manager. But let me just this isn't going to alter anything here, because as soon as you hit download to Power Editor, again, it's going to erase all the changes we made here. Let me just show you this. Hit outside of that whole box, just everywhere. Should actually hit the pencil. It's weird because your account behaves a little bit differently than mine does. All right, so click way over where it says, see where it says plus create ad on the left-hand side, about 3/4 of the way up. Just below that is a little, campaigns. Click on that one. Show you how to create a campaign. So now click create campaign just above it. So it's like a brand new ad, brand new, whatever. Let's just put it in as just test. Just put in test. Now, here's where you figure out what your objective is. Okay, so if it was, let's say you're promoting a blog post, click on that, clicks to website. It's going to be a drop down. These are where you decide what it is that you want for your objective. So page post engagement is the fourth one down, which is the one that we usually use for like 99.9% of the time for promoted content, ungated content, because it shows the comments, shares, likes, and everything underneath the ad. It doesn't hide them. So it automatically shows social proof and engagement, which is the reason why it's called the page post engagement objective. If you are doing, let's say, a like campaign, you just want to get new fans, use the one that's below that. We won't touch on that one quite yet. The one we use the most is website conversions, which is just above that. So let's click on that one. Like for your lead magnet, this is the objective that you're going to use. Okay. So then go down to choose ad set, and then you can just do another test on that or whatever. Okay. Yeah, and then create new ad, same thing. All right. Perfect. All right, now click create. Okay, now you've just created a brand new campaign. Now this isn't live yet, so you can work on this and do whatever you need to do. And when you're ready to go live, you then click that big green button up top, which is upload changes. And that uploads it into Facebook Ads Manager, where it then gets approved. So let's not do that quite yet. But so you can work in the Power Editor. Like I'm in here all the time doing this for like brand new campaigns and all kinds of stuff. So with X out of your pencil there, just on the like 45 degrees down to your left, yeah, click out on that one. Okay, now where it says, just to isolate the test campaign versus the one we had before, click on where it says apply up above. Should get rid of the other one. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now we're just focused on one campaign. There's no distractions. There's nothing else. You don't get confused. So now to pick your targeting, like for your audience, you would then click on the sort of that little square below where it's black on the left-hand side. Yeah, just below that. Click on that next one.
For the ad set?
Yep. Now this is going to show your test ad set. It's got that little red mark there because you don't have any sort of targeting or anything. So, and you haven't chosen your conversion pixel, which we're going to do in just a second. So go over to way over on the right. I don't know why they make you go way over on the right to hit the pencil again. Okay. Now this is where you would, do you have any, I don't think you have any conversion pixels. Just click your cursor into choose a conversion, see what comes up. Yeah, just put in, how about lead? Yeah, it's red because it hasn't gotten any action recently, but that's okay. Facebook is just telling you that, you know, you haven't been spending any money with us, or we're angry at you. So, all right, so then you go down, you just click in the middle and scroll down. Now this is where you create your, you figure out how much you want to spend per day. By default, it's a $10 daily budget. You can go any, you know, anything you want there. You can do $1, you can do $500, but $10 is usually what we actually start with any new campaign for a client. We'll use interest targeting to test at $10 a day, $5 to $10 a day. So then you've got your scheduling. So schedule start today, you know, your time. If you wanted to end it on a certain day, you could do that as well, which is what it defaults to when you do your boost post, because it asks you on your page, it says boost post for how many days, like 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, whatever it is. Let's just leave that blank for right now. Then go down to audience, click on edit audience. This is actually where it gets cool. This is where you can go in and go do all your interest targeting. Now, your interest targeting and your age and demographics, connections, you name it, all this stuff is not in the boost post section whenever you boost a post on your page. Yeah. That's just to kind of get you started and get you excited about, you know, spending money with Facebook. But here, like all these little boxes are like, there's gazillions of pieces of data behind these little blank boxes. So like, for example, more demographics. You can go for financial, you know, relationship, education. Just click on like, you know, for like dating sites and stuff, interested in, obviously, education. You might find that, you know, your avatar Jim has like, you know, only college education. I forget exactly what, you know, his like education level is, but all that kind of stuff you can put in here. This is what we call like demographic data, not necessarily interest data. So there's a whole like ton of stuff in there, but we don't use that quite as much as we use the one that's below that. So click out of that. This connection type, this is like if you're doing a like campaign or people who, you know, you want to exclude people who are fans of your page, you can either exclude them or include them here with the advanced combinations button, which is down the bottom. So let's just say that we're doing a website conversion campaign, but we don't want to target your fans. So click on advanced connections. Okay. People who are connected to, exclude people who are connected to, and then start typing in the name of your page. You know, the power edit, right? Let's say you wanted to do a campaign that's only to your fans, which is one that you probably want to do. You X out of that one, and you just put your page in there. And it'll tell you exactly how many people there are in the US. There's 400 people who are fans of your page that are in the US. So X out of that one, X out of that power edit, because I want to show you this next one, which is good. Languages, which is the next one, we always just set to default as English. So you just click on that and then just put in English, all, or we don't even put it in there usually when we're targeting the US, sort of depends. The next one down is your interests. And this is like the one that we use absolutely the most. This is where you'd start putting in the avatar interest for Jim, what he's interested in. And I think, you can there's all kinds of stuff here. And we usually, depending on how we test audiences, like the biggest thing is message and audience. And when we're setting up a campaign for a brand new client, we'll open up a campaign and then we'll have each ad set have one interest. Make sure that interest has about 100,000 plus people, which in this case it does. Maybe narrow down your demographic. If we're looking at Jim, he's late 40s. So let's put in when their age is. Let's kind of see here if we can maybe just do all the way up to 60, just to I would probably put it all the way up to like 65 because, or 64. And then maybe put in the bottom part of the age is 40. So you're narrowing down your age range. And let's see how much that cuts it down. It cuts it down to 75,000. So not bad. Still a good audience. It's a little bit below the 100,000 mark. We usually like to have 100,000 in an interest group for one ad set, just because it gives Facebook more targets to choose from. So, but 75 is great to start. So if I were running like your lead magnet campaign here, I would probably have this as that would be my only interest targeting for one ad set, Final Cut Pro. I might actually add other interests that are really similar to Final Cut Pro. So if you click suggestions, let's see what Facebook comes up with. Final Cut Pro X, probably.
Which is actually, yes,
that's like an extra. Yeah, these are all pieces of video equipment, I assume that.
Those are editing. That's editing software.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's good. So you probably, you might want to do an entire interest group based on editing software to get that potential reach upwards of 100,000. So just keep adding them in. You can actually shrink your screen just a little bit. If you shrink your screen, it'll tell you. So, all right, so you keep adding. Yeah, it'll tell you if you can look at perfect. This is how I usually do it. So I'll add stuff, and then if I add an interest, all of a sudden that balloons to 2 million. I'll take out that interest and put it in a different ad set. So,
okay.
So start putting in.
Also, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you might want to go lower on the age range demographics too. I mean, you might want to go down to 35. I mean, you never really know. Because in your reporting, remember that reporting that I just showed you, you can then see these bands of age and gender of who's responding best to your stuff.
Well, frankly, I see that there are a lot of people who are within my own, there are a lot more 30-something dudes like me than 50-year-old.
Yeah. But look what happened when you went from 40 down to 30. You went from 90,000 to 170,000 in your reach.
Yeah.
So that tells me a lot. I mean, these are, I don't know what any of these are, but for somebody who's in your target market, these are probably really good interests.
I mean, these are the classic versions of, what you guys are talking in the podcast, only people who know about editing know what Premiere or Final Cut X or Sony Vegas and anything like that is.
And you immediately put it in there. This is the reason why it's so cool when people do their own ads, because this market. You could probably, I would probably leave that as an ad set, because I might actually take out Adobe Premiere Pro. Why don't you X out of Adobe Premiere Pro? See how your audience shrinks. 130,000, and then take out Sony Vega Pro.
Yeah, because that's actually people who use Sony Vegas are generally really cheap and tend to be broke.
Yeah. So you probably, knowing that, you probably want to put them in a separate ad set
Mhm.
because you want to see how they behave versus these guys. And then, whatever other interests that are related to your niche, this is like the best part of Facebook right here. The interest area, if there's like a way to 90-10, like how to get really good ads, it's through doing really good interest research targeting. The other part is your offer, which we talked about before, which I think you're on the right track with. But this is definitely a big part of it. The cool thing about this is that you can actually save this audience so that you can use it over and over again by clicking that little button down the bottom, which is save this audience, which is right in the middle, way on the bottom. Don't hit save yet. It says save this audience
Sorry.
underneath behaviors.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's going to ask you to name it. So you might want to name this one Final Cut Pro or something like that. US 3064 or something like that. So the next time you create an ad where you were at before up in custom audiences, you can just pull this one down and not have to do any of this work. I mean, not that it's a lot of work, but you can keep it consistent. And then you save that. So that's now your ad set. We're actually at the top of the hour here, but let me
Sure.
let me just show you one more thing here.
Put that there. Put that down at 25. Okay. What's up?
Save. Okay, cool. All right. Placement is the other one down the bottom. You still with me?
Yeah.
Placement is this one right here. I would unclick audience network and right hand column to start. So what's going to happen is that if you put mobile newsfeed and desktop newsfeed in the same one, you'll get mostly mobile newsfeed like we saw before. Desktop
Right.
newsfeed, you want a little bit of data to see if people are actually responding better on desktop. But that's those are basically how we start off any conversion campaign. When we start to get really good results with a particular interest, we'll then create a new ad set for right-hand column only to get all those guys, because that's how you scale out a campaign. That's like the third part of like the 5X method we use to scale stuff out. So click down below just a little bit more. Usually when you first start a campaign and you don't have any conversions on it, you want to change your bidding here. You ultimately want website conversions, but you want to change your bidding to clicks because you want to get as many clicks as possible to your ad until Facebook actually tells you, how much a conversion is worth for you. And when we do this, we'll do either get the most clicks at the best price or set the max you're willing to bid, which is usually over the top bid. Your top bid there is 50 cents. We'll typically bid 100% over the top end of the range. So put in $1 right there. That basically means that you want to find out fast from Facebook exactly how good this audience is for you. They won't charge you $1 a click. They'll probably charge you anywhere between 19 or 20 and 50 cents. But you want to outbid the next guy to see if this group actually responds best to your ad. So that's how you do your targeting. And then if you click on the left-hand side again, see where that black box is on the ad set. Right underneath it is the ad. Okay. Click on that ad. And this is how you create your ad over here. You want to choose, the first thing they want you to choose is they want you to choose your page, which is the red box. Okay, so put the power edit or whatever it is that you want. Then you put in your website URL. This is going to be your landing page URL, like wherever your lead magnet's going to. Maybe it's a lead page, it's a ClickFunnels page in your case. Probably want to use their plugin to have it be on the power edit.
Sure.
It's usually how we do it. And then, just put in like thepoweredit.com into that website URL and see what it pulls out. And then hit return. Okay, cool. Display URL, don't worry about that for right now. And then in text, this is where you would put, another way in which we usually do our ads is we do them through sort of typically a question, and then let me actually show you this one.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like
And
uh,
guy. Okay.
yep,
So this stuff here is what goes in here.
yep, exactly. So usually starting with a question. We've actually redone that one. I'll send you a copy of it.
Cool.
And it's a little bit different. So I'll download it and then send it to you. But yeah, start with a question and then give the benefit of what it is, and then give the call to action in your copy, and that you're not limited at all. The cool thing is that you can actually start seeing, what it looks like on the right hand side as you're writing the ad. See how that shows up?
Yeah.
And then your headline is probably that big question again. Like frustrated with not being able to organize your video clips, or question mark. Something, whatever that pain point is for your lead magnet. Confused on how to organize your video clips, question mark. Something like that. Free template. And then you give them sort of that solution, which I'll send you this just a second. Ad builder template. Yeah, this is in the
chat again.
Yep.
The DLEM. Okay, is it the first one or the second one? No.
It's the naming worksheet. Yeah, and on that second one.
Oh. She's saying ad builder template. That's the one.
Yep.
Cool.
Start with a question, urgency, some kind of call to action. Tell them what it is in the headline, supporting benefit, CTA. We don't use the Facebook CTA button because it makes it look like it's an ad. So that's a good one to refer back to. That's sort of a good, there's a high quality image. That's an ads we're running right now for John Maxwell. That's our best converting image.
Cool.
Damned if I can figure out why, but it just is. Go back to Power Editor. Let me show you this one last thing, and then I got to hop off. But
yeah, sure.
Where did we? We're on there somewhere.
I don't think I have enough tabs open, Ralph.
I don't think you do. Damn. All right. Okay. Now select image. You want to select an image, and I will give you a resource is to get you want to have that sized 1200 by 628. So have you learned about Canva?
Yes.
Okay. Canva. Go to canva.com and a new tab, or one of your tabs, and yeah, this is the one that Bree uses. We use. It's free. It's unbelievable. Just click. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have an account and everything?
I do. If this works.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah. Click on more. Oh yeah, you've already got some stuff in here. Cool. Yeah. Always use Surfer Guy. Surfer Guy is way down in the lower left-hand corner. Go scroll down. Rip it. That guy right there. It's 1200 by 627. Sizes it perfectly every time. So the important part of this is that it's sized correctly. If you're off by 1 pixel, what'll happen is somebody will click your image and the image will open up instead of going to your website. It'll open up once, and then you've got to click it again. So you need 2 actions instead of 1 action. So I would take a high resolution image and then upload it through your uploads, and then throw it right into that canvas that's right there, and then just download it and then push it into Facebook ads, and you've got a great image.
Super cool.
Yeah. So I mean, the Power Editor is awesome. That's the reason why. I mean, that's like the fast version of how to do it. But interest targeting, bunch interests, really similar interests together inside one ad set, and then go create another ad set with new interests, create another ad set with different interests, and test which interests you're going to throw traffic to your lead magnet to, or to your epic piece of content. Don't bunch them all together, because you'll never know which one is actually the one that's the best for you. And inside Power Editor, you've got much better targeting options than you do when you just boost a post. Yeah. So that's basically how we use them. We create everything in Power Editor, and we monitor everything in Ads Manager. So
cool.
Yeah. So I got to run, but
yes.
Hopefully
thank you for your time, man. I appreciate it.
You bet.